Hi everybody, and welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. Today I thought we would take a little break from crafting and take a look at a few books that I have that I use for fussy cutting. I've never used these before in any of my videos. I kind of use these on my own for things that I do off camera, but I wanted to share them with you, so I'd love to have you stick around. Um, the first one, we're going to get right into this because I don't want to take too much of your time today, but I do want to share. So the first one is called The Sweet Life, Reflections on Home and Garden by Laura Stoddard. And this is a really fun, it's a fun little book. And if you have small projects that you would like to work on, the artwork in here is really, really nice. And it's perfect for fussy cutting or whatever you want to do. Like this one right here. This is the sweetest this little tall, thin person here holding this big bouquet of flowers. You can see I purchased this for $4.50. It was at the library that is in my area, and it's just fun. I mean, these would make wonderful tags or journaling cards. So I just want to do a little flip through here, and there's little poems. You have little houses in this one that would be great in collage work. So this is all about the house, part one. And these are just fun little images that you could do so much with. Couches and chairs. I love all these books where they have this one splayed open like a couch. This one is being used as a desk, a bed. This one is a tent down here. So this would be very cute to do a kind of like a tab journal. Then you could take a lot of these quotes or really cute little sayings and put them in there as well. Look at this. She's holding this big, tall flower, stemmed flower there. The second part is about the garden. And this is where you'll get a lot more really fun if you want to make a gardening journal images. These are just very, very cute. These would be perfect in a little slide specimen card if you make them. And I'll show you, I'll give you a size. So I have a little specimen card here so you can see how tiny these are. That would fit right in there like that. This one would, you could cut that down just a little bit. I do have different size, excuse me, cards. This is just one of them. I have this side, this type here, and you could have this like that. This gal would fit in. So a lot of these smaller images are perfect for specimen cards or slide film cards. And there's just so many things that you could do in these books here. All the gardening tools. So when you're at your, here's a book open, looks like a tennis court, a croquet court, and I'm not sure, this looks like some sort of, he has a desk. When you're at your library, this is fantastic. Look at that. Check out, beyond the garden wall. Check out all of the books. I mean, don't pass anything up. I know sometimes they'll say, well, I don't garden. I don't really, like to garden, but just go over and check out. I love that one. check out all their books that they have. So this is a really fun book. So this is The Sweet Life, Reflections on Home and Garden by Laura Stoddard. And even the jacket cover itself is great. You could cut this out, make a nice border on a page. These could be used as a border. So there's one. Another one that I picked up is Painting the Allure of Nature by Sandra Bourdette. And this is very pretty. This would be lovely to make any type of journaling cards to use in your junk journal for a page. Beautiful, beautiful images in here. Here you have spring, summer, fall, and winter. So you could actually cut these and make journaling cards out of these for your books. But these are really, really pretty images. And some of these you could get quite a few tags out of. You know, if you have your, I have these lucite images, you can just put them down and you can start looking to see. That would make a lovely journaling card there. If you wanted to, you could have this one as a journaling card. You have smaller. You might have some smaller. I have that's a little bit bigger. This is a smaller one here. So if you just put your translucent papers over, and I am going to get into these and make some journaling cards. I do want to make a new gardening journal, and I'll use a lot in this book. These are all your colors to choose from, which what I will do is, because I am taking a watercolor course, and I'm going to be using this here to help me as well. But here again, these would make lovely either flips in your journals or tags, cards, whatever you want to do. But this is a beautiful book, and it just gives you so many options. It gives you how they've sketched out an image, which would be lovely to use as well on a page. Look at this one with all the nasturtiums. Little birdies. And even something like this, if you know, where they're pointing out, you know, color and contrast or your abstract shapes, it's okay to keep these lines in here. That doesn't bother me. That's a very pretty image. And then if you do find a book like this and you do like all these watercolors, I will pull these out and then I'll put them in a 3-ring binder, and then I'll refer back to them for tips and tricks and things like that. This is all about masking fluid, using that, but the images again are very, very pretty. Single flowers back here. And any of these images where they just sketch it out, they only have a partial done, they're very pretty to use in your journal. You can either fussy cut these out and use them on a page, or just cut them out in the box that they come in and use them. So this is for what? Gouache, painting snow. Even something like this you could use and add some flowers or whatever you wanted to put extra on that as a journaling card. So there's an awful lot of items in here that would be fun and very, very pretty to use. So that one is that. That, again, is Painting the Allure of Nature by Susan Bourdette. And I'm not sure where I got that one, but I picked that up along the way. And then this one here, Seeds, Leaf, Flower Fruit by Mary Jo Koch. And again, I think this was one that I purchased from a gal on Instagram. And this again would make a beautiful gardening journal. And the images in here are a little bit bigger, but that's okay. This would make a great page in a journal with these beans. So you can see that these are quite large. Some of these, what I'll do is I'll fussy cut out and I'll put these on my 12 by 12 scrapbooking papers with photos and such. But again, you have a border here, so you could cut out a lot of these images here, all these topiaries. They would be beautiful in a journal. I just watched this is funny because I just watched a YouTube video on this painting. And the artist and how he came about painting this, and his whole thought. That's interesting. I never noticed that in there before. Of course, this is a Monet. Van Gogh with his sunflowers. I never noticed that. And then you have all your leaves. These would be wonderful. You could fussy cut these out. Even a little. If you can paint one leaf, you can paint the whole world. Here's some bark, and yeah, there's just a lot of fun items in this book here. That lot of items to fussy cut. You have fruits in the back. This would be very pretty in a journal. And sometimes it's really nice to have a book. You know, I try to go through these, read them, pick out tips. One thing will lead to another. And then if there's certain things like I want to keep, like I said, I cut the page out and I put them in a 3-ring binder, and I can refer back to them. And then I start cutting. So they give you a really nice variety of different plants and such to use. And again, these are a little bit bigger images. So if you do scrapbook, these would be wonderful on your pages. So there is that book, Seed Leaf Flower Fruit by Mary Jo Koch. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And then the last book, I want to save this because, again, it's all about paint. You can see I have cut a few things out of this because it's just so pretty. That I'm very particular as to what I take out of here. But this would be very, very pretty in a junk journal. And then here they give you your, isn't that pretty? That abstract tulip. So these are all supplies, basic techniques. Here you can see I've cut and used. So I try to keep my books intact so I can go back and refer to something, a technique or a definition. I'm not sure what is. These would be very pretty. Even with that paintbrush in there, that would be very pretty to use in a journal. And the same here. Any of these here would be lovely. This came in the book. I think that's funny, and I left it. I think this painting here, I could never figure out what this was, but I'm wondering if the owner of this book either painted that and it's in someone's room, or if she was trying to replicate. I couldn't figure that out. So again, aren't they pretty? That's lovely too. So again, make sure when you go to a library book sale or a estate sale, the first thing I do is I go right to the books and I take a look to see what's there. And these would make fun journaling cards as well. Very pretty. But yeah, I could see any of these in a really pretty gardening journal. So that is it. Like I said, I just wanted to create a short little video of books that you may not even think of, or when you're at your library or estate sale. You know, I don't paint, I don't garden. Those are the books that I think that you should go and check out first before anything else, because they do have lovely images in here. So that is it. We had the seed, leaf, flower, fruit. We have this one here, the painting flowers, by Elizabeth Harden. We had Allure of Nature. And then we had this small book, The Sweet Life. So that's all I've got for you today. Just a little insight of what is out there and what may interest you to work with. And yeah, that's it. I think these are really lovely books, and they're just a nice addition to my array of books for journaling and scrapbooking. So I want to thank everybody for joining in. Have a great day. Have a great Memorial weekend, and I will see you next week. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.